I went to see Bill Burr, and a woman got up and left, and another woman looked at her and said, "What did you expect?" He's hilarious.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is comedians who love comedy. Goddammit, we're gonna play a quick game, real quick, little segment. I'm sitting here with my man James Fisher Jr., comedian. Marz Timms, comedian. I'm Ronnie Ray, comedian. Yeah, so we know what the fuck we talking about. So we're gonna play this game called Host Feature Headline. Oh yeah, so who we got today? If you were running the show, you had to put the three together. You had to put the host, the feature, the headline. You had these three comics. You had Bill Burr, Louis C.K., and Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh. Okay. It's easy.
James Fisher.
It's easy for me.
Comedian James Fisher Jr.
Alright, it's easy for me. The host at least. I'm getting Seinfeld the host. I feel like here's the thing. Growing up, I did not watch Seinfeld the show. I didn't watch any of his stand up at all. I was like, this white nigga, I'm not about to watch it. Because that's how black. That's how black. Man. But here's the thing. That's how black people feel. I said the same thing about Bill Burr, and then I saw him on Comic View, which was the black comedy show, and I was like, all right, this okay. But that's what I'm saying. It's that's how I felt. And then when I got older and I watched it, and I was like, this nigga's hilarious. So it's a thing of like Jerry Seinfeld. Even if you look at him like, I don't think he's that far, he gonna get you with something. He gonna get you with something. And I think, like I said, I think people who can reach multiple audiences are the people who should host. Because no matter who come in the room, no matter how they feeling, no matter what's that, like he gonna get them. He gonna get something. So I think Jerry Seinfeld would be an excellent host. And room goes down, he could bring it back up. Like being a host is not demeaning. It is the most important job. I'm entrusting that to Seinfeld. All right. Now, as far as feature and headline, I'm gonna show my bias here. Okay, I'm gonna show my bias. Louis C.K. is hilarious, but I think he. A lot of people don't think he should be on the show. Let's just put that out there. Back on the point, I think Louis C.K. would be a good feature. All right, and I know I said before, I was like, all right, you don't want to put your dirtiest person in the middle, but he can do material that's not dirty. Like I've seen him like stick to the straight. Now I've seen early Louis C.K. where it's some of the corniest stuff I've ever heard, and I laughed. So I think he would be a perfect middle. I think he would be a perfect feature. But my bias is Bill Burr is like my second favorite comic of all time, and I think I think right now, like the newest special that he put out is funnier than Chappelle's last special, Paper Tiger. I just do, and I think Bill Burr is very good. He's very good at taking a concept that people go, he's a killer. What are you talking about? I don't agree with you. And then by the end of the joke, they're like, all right, I do agree with you. And he's very good at doing that on the highest level. Not a low level, on the highest level of anything. And he's very much, like Chappelle's an everyman, he's very much in Everyman. Where he says stuff and it's just like, you feel what he's saying. And even if he says something that is a little off color, he admits that it's off color, but he also admits, but do you feel where I'm coming from? And usually the answer is, yeah. And I feel, and like Chappelle, he's a great storyteller. He's a great, before his show came out on Netflix, it's a cartoon and it's talking about his childhood. All those stories he would tell in his stand-up, when he was on Conan and interviews, it's like I would listen to them like on repeat. Like it's just, he's a great storyteller as well. I would put Bill Burr last because he's hilarious. That's my bias showing, but Bill Burr is the headline.
Okay, so you got Jerry
Seinfeld, Louis C.K.,
Bill Burr. All right.
It was hard for the redheads, but you know.
The gingers.
Yeah.
Marz Timms, comedian, go.
All right. I am going to look at this from a Booker point of view on this one.
Who am I not going to offend the most?
and not just that, but Jerry Seinfeld packs rooms because of his body of work, because of the show Seinfeld. People will come out in droves. The price ticket is up here to come and see Seinfeld because and you're getting people who, you know, their kids are probably off at college or wherever they've gone, so they have even more disposable income where they can be like, oh, $200 for a Jerry Seinfeld ticket? I'm absolutely paying that to go and see Jerry Seinfeld.
And black people will show up just to look for Kramer.
Where that white nigga at?
Where he at?
Nigga. No.
I am having Seinfeld headline because that is putting money in everybody's pocket with Seinfeld headlining.
Mm-hmm. Where we first?
Here's my host. And here's my reason why this person is my host. And out of the 3 comedians, they are my absolute favorite. I'm putting Bill Burr as my host.
He's too volatile to host.
And that's why I'm having him. And that is absolutely why I'm because of his set that he did in Pittsburgh where the audience was rowdy and they were like booing the other comics, and Bill Burr walked out and he was like, I don't give a fuck what you gotta say. I'm doing my minutes and I'm gonna talk about it's like Denzel Washington in Training Day. He's like, I'm putting cases on every one of you bitches. He's like, fuck this city, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I am going, because Bill, he can go clean. Here's the thing. Out of Chappelle and Bill Burr, I love Bill Burr's monologue on SNL.
SNL was great.
He came out and he crushed it. He was clean and he was edgy while he was clean. I'm having him host because he is getting that audience up. He is getting them amped up for a show.
Yes.
And if you're somebody in there and you're just getting in there, you're just getting to your seats, you're just ordering your drinks and everything, he's like, order your fucking Cosmo and shut the fuck up. We got a show that's coming up. Turn your cell phones off. He is the sheriff. He is putting things in place. And then I'm having Louis C.K. in the middle because, you know, I like C.K. C.K. can tell a story. He's a writer, but he is my wild card, and I'm gonna say that he would even be that dip down. And I normally don't like to go dirty to clean, but in this instance, Seinfeld is just such a mogul and such a moneymaker that you gotta put CK in the middle. And I love Bill Burr, and I'm getting him he's that spark.
I'm gonna say one thing. Bill Burr, Patrice O'Neal were best friends, professionals at walking people. Seinfeld's audience. Some people are gonna leave.
yeah. Okay, Seinfeld's audience is a bunch of walkers.
Okay, so you going
I
Bill
go Burr, Louis C.K. and then Seinfeld. Yeah.
All right. Now it's my turn, and it's the exact same order.
Okay.
As this motherfucker
I'm
because who can handle Bill Burr? I don't think he even writes half that shit. I think he's just that fucking good.
I saw him at Zany's, and I went up to him after the show, and I was asking him like how much he writes, and he was just like, I come up with a topic, and I just
his podcast.
That's all the Monday Morning Podcast is him just talking.
Yeah.
So he had to be the host because he can riff regardless of what, and they'll sit there. They won't walk because Jerry's coming. So they go, all right, we just sit through this torturing until Jerry comes out.
It's gonna be hilarious.
No, it's gonna be funny, but the truth he hurts you.
I went to see Bill Burr, and a woman got up and left, and another woman looked at her and said, "What did you expect?" He's hilarious.
Okay, so Bill Burr's the host. Honestly, I done said this shit on somebody else's podcast. I'm not a really big fan of Louis. I'm not, but I think he can handle it.
I'm gonna send you some stuff because he you wanna.
No, I tried, man.
You tried?
I tried. Dude, hey, man, I tried, and I get it, but I don't like that. He alright.
He's like
to sell out in 5 minutes type shit. Like, yo,
he's like the white Chris Brown. Like it's just like I want to hate it so bad, but every time something come on, you're like, you know, I want to hate it, but I can't. He's good.
Yeah, so he's the middle, and then you got Jerry, and Jerry's a rock star, regardless of how simple the comedy is. But He's constantly professional.
Yeah.
The early set, I just watched him and Eddie on Comedians in Cars.
Man, that's the thing too. Is that Eddie was talking about how much they loved Seinfeld. All of them loved Seinfeld because Seinfeld was doing it, and Seinfeld was a professional. And when they were talking about his car, and they're like, "Ooh, he got that with comedy money." It's just like,
that's what I'm saying. It's something that I didn't learn to respect until I got older. But like his comedy is just
revolutionary comedian and stuck to what he knows. He didn't go off and do movies or whatever. He found Larry David and made the greatest sitcom ever to me. You might disagree with me, but fuck it. The TV show is why I watch it. It's why I started writing sketches. The Comedians in Cars is why I started doing the podcast. And this motherfucker I think he's great. I don't think he's the funniest guy, but I think he's a solid comedian. Yeah. He's all comedy. It wasn't like I'm getting into comedy for being an actor. No, I'm being a comic because I want to be a comic. And he's the one that shows that all the time. So he'll be the headliner. Yeah. So I got Bill Burr, Louis C.K., Jerry Seinfeld.
Bill Burr, if you come to town, don't book these niggas.
Hey, we love you, man.
You're my favorite.
We love you,
everybody,
man.
Nobody, I don't know. Well,
this is
I do know
Patrice O'Neal right here, okay?
and that's the thing, too. It's like, you name these three, and no matter what, even with Seinfeld and Louis C.K. and Bill Burr, I'm having Patrice go last.
Oh, no, you can't follow
him. Yeah.
But he's not on the list. It's top 3.
Okay.
So, host feature, headliner. You got it. What do you guys think, huh? Put your comments at the bottom. Subscribe to the page. Enjoy this. Comedians who love comedy. My man, James Fisher Jr., Marz Timms, Ronnie Ray. All comedians. Subscribe. All of us. Holla back. 1.